Hi guys, my name is Helena and I'm very glad to welcome you on my YouTube channel, finally in English. I've been running this YouTube channel for the last 3 years in Spanish, but I think it's definitely time to start also posting in English. As we are about to celebrate St. Valentine's Day, I decided that the first video I'm going to post in English will be about hearts. I prepared for you a tutorial about these earrings, green hearts. You can also make them red if you would like. But I've decided to make them green because I had nice green velvet and I really like the result. Material for these earrings you can find, I think, in every offline or online shop. It's not difficult. These are not a lot of things. You have here a piece of velvet, some beads, French wire, and this connection for the earring. So it's not very difficult to find this material, and the process itself is also quite easy. I think the person who doesn't have big experience in stitching also can make these earrings. I also recommend you to follow the link down this video. There is a link there to my Contribee account. You can check different subscriptions that you can enjoy on Contribee and content that you can find every month. New videos that I record, especially for Contribee subscribers. There are a lot of more things, a lot of tips and tricks, and a lot of useful information, so don't be shy and click the link under the video. So let's not talk too much and let's go to stitch.
So let's start our embroidery. I wanted to show you how to embroider these earrings. They are green hearts. Hearts don't have to be always red. In this case I decided to use velvet green, dark green fabric. So let's get started. As I mentioned, for these earrings I'm using the velvet stretchy fabric. I'm showing you here another velvet fabrics, different types. This one is stretchy and it is synthetic, it is polyester. This one is also stretchy and polyester, but for what I need it has too much glow, too much shine. I don't like it for this purpose. This one is polyamide velvet. It's less stretchy, it's not shiny, it doesn't have any glow, but I like more this green one, to be honest. So this is why I decided to use the green one, and also this one is a bit thick, so it will create too much volume and I don't want it. This green one is quite thin, so I like it more. This one is cotton velvet. Actually it's a piece of curtains that I bought in IKEA, and I had to make them shorter, so I have a little leftover, but I don't like it as well, it's too thick. So what you have to watch and be careful that the hair of the velvet goes to the same direction. So when you cut off your pattern, please be careful with the hair direction, with this little velvet hair direction that goes same way. I'm using here also Czech fire polish beads, 6mm. They are green and they have AB coverage, so they are a bit shiny. I will need a lighter. I have here this thing for filling the pillows, some synthetic stuff. I have a French wire and a pearl for contouring. I am going also to use some beads. These are Tissot round beads, size 11. Here you can see the color. They are also green with some shine, and I'm going to use them for finishing. I also use this Tissot 1G thread, the green color, as it fits very good for this fabric. And I'm going to use a hoop where I put the tulle and I put a piece of felt on it. I'm also going to use these metal earrings ends, I'm not sure how to call them, for to hang the hearts after they are done. Okay, here I'm cleaning a bit my velvet to have it nice and clean. It will get dirty with some pieces of threads probably again, but here is my pattern, and I'm going to transfer it on the other side of the felt. In a moment you will see why I'm going to do it. Here you can see the measures of the earrings that I'm going to make, and I'm using my friction pen to transfer the pattern on the other side of the felt where I'm actually going to stitch. I do this because I'm going to sew first the fabric, and then on the other side I will see the pattern, because on this side it will be very difficult to see something, to transfer the pattern actually. So I'm fixing the piece of velvet. I cut off what I don't need, and now I will start stitching here the contour of my hearts. I will do it with a thread that I showed you before, the Toho 1G thread, and I'm just doing simple stitches to fix the fabric. Don't worry about how good it is done, because later I will apply also pearl on it above the stitches, so it will fix them even better, the edges. Now I'm going to stop at this point and start like 5 millimeters later, because I need a little hole to put my volume inside between the felt and the velvet. I actually should start from the side of the hole, but little mistake. Okay, now I'm using this synthetic filling to put inside. I'm going to use some tweezers to help myself to fill whole space, because this little hole is very small. So and afterwards you have to take care of distributing the filling all over to create the same level of the volume that you need. Don't put too much of the filling, because yeah, you see it's not very straight. I have to correct it, but also I have this little hole, so after sewing it, it will be better. So now I have both of my hearts ready. I will fill with the stitches these little holes that were left, and I'm going to apply pearl on the contour, on the edges of the hearts. Yeah, now they look nice. I like the volume that was created with this filling. Okay, I'm using this old bronze pearl. It's not golden. I like this color a lot. I use it a lot. First I stretch it a bit to make it comfortable for stitching, so I can put the thread between these little wires, and at the beginning I make 2 or 3 stitches at the same place to fix the ends good, and later I do 1 stitch every 2 or 3 millimeters, just following the lines of the heart of the stitches that I have previously done, and I follow with this contour until the end, until the place where I started. So I will have a nice marked contour of the heart. Guys, as always, I would like to remind you, this is a YouTube and my visibility depends on you. So if you enjoy this video, if you like what I'm doing here, what I'm showing, please don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, now it's time to put our beads. These little well, not so little, 6 millimeters beads, I measured to put them in the middle, exactly in the middle of the heart, and I just sew them with few stitches to fix them good. Not very tight. Be careful to not pull the thread too much, because, well, it's up to your taste, but I don't want them to mark very hard, to break the volume too hard. So I just do it softly with 2 or 3 stitches, and same thing I do with another heart. Here I have some French wire, and here at the end of the French, at the down part, I'm going to use this little fire polish beads. They are 2 millimeter, very tiny, shiny. I just love them. Here I'm going to cut the French wire the size that I need, and I will start stitching. I'm also going to cut a bit of this down part French wire pieces. They are a bit shorter, so some of them, and you will see that I'm going to put now a bit more of French wire than on the earrings that I've done previously. It is for you to show that you can do more or less, and it also up to your taste how you want it to look like. So I start first by the sides, and I put first 2 pieces. As you can notice here, I make a stitch a bit shorter than the wire, than the piece of wire I'm stitching. I do it to create a little volume, to not put it straight. Another one, same on the one side and on the another side, to keep it more or less symmetrical. As you can notice, this is quite symmetrical part of work, so I'm trying to do my best to not make a big difference between both sides. Now that these lines are done, I'm going to add more pieces of French wire between the ones I applied previously. So I will create like a bit more volume, a bit more golden elements here, and same thing, I'm doing it symmetrically on the both sides. Now let's compare with the previous earring. It's just a bit more golden here, a bit different, but you can do it as up to you, as you prefer. Okay, now I'm going to apply this little check bead of 2 millimeters down, and in between of these 2 beads I'm going to apply also pieces of French wire. I cut them, I adjust the size so they fit perfectly. First 2 pieces I apply on the sides of the bead, and another 2 I apply between the beads, so they're like filling the space. And now I'm going to apply one more piece. Okay, I think now it looks good. Now I'm going to apply seed beads, the Tissot seed beads of size 11, also green color with some AB coverage, I think they are. You can see at the beginning of the video the number of the color, the name, everything. They are on the box. You can see that I apply them quite randomly, but not so randomly. I want to create like a bit ordered chaos here. So these are also up to you, up to your taste, how you would like to have it. You can see how I did it here, and do the same, or invent some other pattern. I just wanted to put them a bit around. You can also put them up. I didn't want to put them more up, only on the sides. And I'm going to fix the thread now with a few stitches on the back side. Here for the second earring, you just can mark everything same way to apply everything on the same places. And here they are ready. Now I'm going to cut them out. First I am cutting them from the base that I had, from the tulle, from the felt, and now with a smaller scissors, carefully to not cut my stitches here, be very careful. I cut them as much as possible. Now, after cutting all the edges, I'm going to use my pattern again, and I'm going to create the back part of the earrings. I'm going to use again a piece of velvet, my pattern, and the part in between that I use, it is watercolor paper. It's good, it's firm enough, as you can see. It's just a Canson watercolor paper that I use. So I cut it a bit more to fit these little hearts inside, because I need some space to stitch the edges with the beads. So these carton hearts, they have to be smaller. I cut them out like 1 millimeter less than pattern and adjust on the hearts that I already have done to have it really good adjusted. I use some glue. First I put the glue, I let it to dry just 2-3 minutes, to not be very liquid, and after I'm going to apply it to the back part of my hearts. In the meantime, I can cut off the back part with velvet. Okay, here it's ready. Let's put it and let it dry a bit. I'm using this pen to mark on the other side again, because on the velvet it's not possible to mark anything. And I cut off my back part, velvet back part for the earrings. I check that it fits good. Yes, perfect. Second one, and we are almost done. We're going to have very nice earrings just in a moment. Okay, cutting all the threads, all that we don't need. I put a bit of glue, not a lot, to fix the velvet on the cardboard. Just a bit, not a lot. And again, I put the glue and I leave it to dry a bit. Now also it's moment to put the connections. So I have wire here. This is jewelry wire, and I adjust it and I make 2 little connections for up and down. One I will connect to the heart that we've just embroidered, and another one to the ending of the earring. And here you can see how I'm going to use these connections. I'm going to sew them to the hearts, again with the same thread. I like a lot to use these Toho 1G threads, because it's very strong and it really holds everything good. It's never breaking, so it's just perfect for this kind of embroidery. And I also like to use it for pearl or French wire stitching, because as I said before, it is not breaking. Many threads, cotton threads especially, they are breaking and they can destroy the wire many times, but Toho 1J is really good for this kind of things. Okay, now that my connection is fixed, I will cut off the excess of the velvet, of the back part of the velvet, and I'm going to use a lighter to burn also the excess, to put it smooth. So afterwards I'm taking the beads, these Toho beads that I used before, and I'm going to make a finishing, to close the both parts with the beads. I take first 2 beads and I also catch the pearl because I want to create a good connection. So 2 beads, and now I'm taking the thread to the other side and I'm entering the second bead from down. Here we are, and I'm taking 1 bead again, passing the needle between all the layers, putting thread to another side, to the side where I entered with the needle, and I enter the bead from down. So this is the way to create a good closure for all the layers. You will not see anything, you will just see the nice straight line of the beads. Here we are, and I keep doing this until the end, or the beginning where I started. Depends how you call it. Okay, my earring is almost ready. I'm applying the last beads for connection of the all layers, and now let's see how to finish it good. Okay, here is my thread, last bead. I'm going to apply 1 more, catching all the layers carefully. Always be careful with your fingers because it's easy to needle them. Not nice, believe me. Done it a few times. Okay, here is the last bead, and now from this bead, from the top of it, I'm entering the top of the another one that was at the very beginning, because I had 1 bead at the beginning without sewing. I catch all the layers again. Here you can see the detail. I pass the needle and I close the row. Now it's all straight. What I'm going to do, I'm going to enter again the bead from down, and I'm going to pass the thread up and down, few more stitches inside and the beads, up and down. This is my way to fix the thread, to hide it, to not have it messy anywhere, and to not see it. And now I'm just going to pass it in the middle of the heart somewhere and cut it off This way you will not see absolutely anything. Okay, we are going out here. For example, this is even better place because it will be totally hidden. And cut off. Done. You can't see any thread out. Now I'm going to apply the earring connection and it's ready. Just that. Done. Have new piece of jewelry to enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you learned something more from it and you can create now your beautiful earrings, green hearts or different color that you are going to choose for your earrings. And please, if you like this video, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave your like. You can leave me also comments if you have any questions. Subscribe to my channel and see you soon in the next tutorials that I'm going to upload. I hope to see you here often and enjoy stitching together. See you soon, guys. Bye.